What's up, guys? I'm back like I never left. In this video, we are going to be talking about the top 3 stocks that have been aggressively selling off to the downside. We're going to go over exactly why these stocks have been selling off to the downside, why it's a great time to get involved in these companies, and what to expect moving forward in these companies. So of course, these are all stocks that ARK Invest is involved in, have been aggressively buying for the past few days. So we're going to go over exactly what is the potential for these companies and what is a great swing trading opportunities that is presented to us. So I'm going to cover all this important information in this video coming up. Now, before we get into the video, I appreciate if you hit the like button, and if you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. And shout out to everybody that subscribed to the channel and turn on notifications. So the first company that we're going to be talking about is going to be Palantir Stock. So we've been talking about this company for a while. When it was trading below $10, right around at $10, it went all the way to 20, and it's been in a range bound territory for the past few months between close to $30 to $22. And we had a perfect setup that we traded, of course, that we talked about, that Palantir is going to have a demo day, and eventually the stock was going to break out to the upside. That's exactly what happened, all the way to $45, and it double topped right around over here and started to sell out to the downside in spite of their earnings report that came out a few days ago. So they beat on the revenue, but unfortunately, even if the company does some kind of even if the company posts some great numbers, you never know what the stock is going to be doing. You can go up or down, but unfortunately for this company, the stock decided to sell off to the downside. And of course, there was an aggressive selling off that's been happening with the overall stock market. So that kind of fueled the downside move for this company. So it went all the way from testing $40 right around over here to all the way down to getting closer to $20. So that is a huge drop. And unfortunately, the stock market is selling off to the downside the past few weeks. And February is definitely a month that you need to be aware that the stock market historically performs to the downside. So it's not really a surprise. Of course, the stock market also extended to the upside too, so it was due for a correction. So it's a great opportunity to get involved in it right now if you have not yet get involved in it for the long term. And for the people that wanted to swing trade it, this is also a great opportunity. So when you look at the volume, which is super important, when the stock was aggressively selling off to the downside, and when it reached a price point where institutions saw a great opportunity to buy in it, that's why you see this aggressive buying that happened, yesterday and today also. So we have ARK Invest that got involved in this company. They have this specific company in their ARK W ETF, but they also expanded their position to their ARK KK ETF. So let's go over exactly how many shares that they hold of this specific company. So as of today, they have more than 5 million shares in the ARK K ETF, and they have more than 4 million shares in their ARK W ETF. So that's fantastic. That's why you see this huge volume coming in, and it's a great area to buy it right around when it approaches the support area. So that's really fantastic to look at. And of course, we might have a continuation rally in spite of what happens. So a lot of people can get interested and involved in it. They see that ARK Invest buying it. Kathy Wood, it's been posted all the CNBC and etc. That can provide a very good hype for this specific company. So it's going to be a great short-term trade if you also want to get involved in it and ride the momentum to above $30, or if it can potentially go to $35 within the next few days, within the next few weeks. So of course, with this company is definitely a very solid long-term position to have. And if you want to speculate on the short term too, that's a great opportunity to speculate at the same time. So now let's talk about the other company that been aggressively selling off to the downside. The other company was a penny stock that we talked about in the past also. It's going to be ticker symbol AQB, so Aqua Bounty. So this is a company that is involved with salmon. So the stock range we talked about, it was right below $5. It went all the way to $8 to $10. It dipped back again. It was a great dip buying opportunity. We talked about it, and it went all the way to $13. So it topped out right around over here. And the stock market, of course, has been selling out to the downside. And also, this company did an offering, so that does not help at the same time too. So the stock's been selling out to the downside. Ideally, you want to get involved in it when there's a support area, which is right around over here, around $8.50 to $9 was a previous support, but unfortunately it's breaking it down to the downside too. So ideally, if you want to risk, the $7, $7.50 area, if it dips all the way over here, That's a great time to get involved in it if you want to speculate on the short term. And if you see long-term potential for this company, of course, you can get involved in it. This is a great time to buy it when it is aggressively selling off to the downside and it has multiple consecutive red days. As you can see over here, when you look at the volume, it's been selling off. Volume has been drying up, and hopefully found support right around over here. And if you want to get it to speculate on the short term, this is a great time to get involved in it right now. So definitely keep an eye on Aqua Bounty, ticker symbol AQB. And the third company that we are going to be talking about is going to be a Workhorse Stock. Now, Workhorse Stock, as you can see right here, it's been on a roller coaster. The past few months, we've been talking about, we've been beating the horse on this specific company in 2020. It was on a tight range and it broke out of the $20 area, went all the way to $30. It was sitting at $15. That was a great time to buy it, and it crashed, sold off to the downside all the way to $15. That was a great area of support, and it had a huge range between around $30, $31 to $15. So the range, it's expanding. So right now it broke out of the $30 and went all the way to $42. So this kind of move happened also with the short squeeze. There's a lot of people that are betting that Workhorse is not going to be successful. There's short sellers that have attacked this company in the past, and they hold more than 20% of the float is held by short sellers. So when these hype stocks, when the short seller with GameStop, AMC, when it dried down, the stock eventually came down to the downside. As you can see, it's been selling off to the downside. Of course, the stock market also is going to the downside at the same time too. So the stock price has been aggressively going to the downside, and eventually it's going to have a support area around $30 to around $30 to $28 right around over here. So it's really risky to get involved in it right now because it could potentially break down to the downside too. But however, if you're somebody that wants to speculate for the long-term position, like a swing trade position for the next 3-4 months, this company definitely has a catalyst coming up pretty soon with the USPS contract. So this is definitely a good time if you want to speculate for the long term. But of course, there are a lot of people that watch my channel, they got involved in it right around below $15, and people that speculated that the USPS contract is going to be coming up pretty soon and they don't want to hold it. They made it like 100%, 200%. Some of them even made 500% returns on this specific company. So there's been a lot of aggressive buying that's been happening in spite of the short squeeze. However, it's coming back to reality, and if it holds above the $30 area, right? If it holds above the $28, $30 price range area, it's a good time to buy the dip, So, of course, ARK Invest holds this company. They buy this company every time it has a significant dip to the downside. So you want to definitely follow what the big money is definitely doing in spite of even if the stock price dips significantly. So it's been having a consecutive red days for the past few days. Not only is this company that's been selling off to the downside, we have multiple larger companies also selling off to the downside. So this is a great opportunity if you want to buy the dip. As you can see, it's having a small bounce to the upside. It's not really convincing, but it's really good price point to get involved in it, to get a really good risk to reward on this specific company. So definitely watch out for Palantir, Workhorse, and also Aqua Bounty. So another company, the last company I'm going to be talking about, is also going to be Nano Stock. Now this company, they've been doing a lot of offerings. So I've been talking about this company. They keep doing offerings after offerings, and it went all the way to $17. The price target for this company for 2020 is going to be at $20. So it can definitely hit $20 mark. And the overall stock market was selling off. This company also came out and they did an offering right around over here, and the stock dropped significantly to the downside, more than 10%. And it looks like it's having support around around $14 right around over here. So if it can stay above this price point, it's also a great dip buying opportunity if you want to get involved in it. So definitely watch out for Nano Dimensions. I know if you're somebody that gets frustrated, this company coming out and doing offerings after offerings, unfortunately, this company is in a habit of doing that. So that really sucks, but we see great potential in it. It can potentially hit $20 in 2021. So definitely watch out for these 4 companies in 2021. So if you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. If you want to sign up for Webull, also deposit Bitcoin on BlockFi, you can get $250. And also if you want to join the free Discord chat, links available in the description box below. But I catch you guys on another video. Peace out.